Hey everyone, welcome back to the Edgewater Avenue YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be making the new Jolt top. This top has a unique name, and that's because a while ago I did a competition where if you won, you got to have a pattern named after you or something of your choice. And Jolt is named for follower Bethany Kimes' sidekick. Bethany has an implanted defibrillator, SICD, that's ready to save her life from cardiac arrest, but it protrudes from her side. That jolt would restart her heart with a jolt if it was needed. Bethany embraces being bionic and the scars that come with. She said that she's thrilled to have her own Jolt bikini top where she can flaunt her scars. So go give Bethany a follow at @HeartCharged to see all the great work that she's doing. And Bethany doesn't know this yet, but Edgewater Avenue is donating 20% of the proceeds from the Jolt top from now until the end of the month. And the proceeds will be donated to HeartCharged, which is the organization that Bethany and her family started in order to do important work like providing heart screenings for children and young adults. These heart screenings are what saved Bethany and her sister's lives, so being able to provide these screenings to the communities is a very worthy cause. So clearly this pattern has a very special purpose beyond any other pattern that we've made so far. So if you want to support and help to donate to HeartCharged, check out the Jolt top, the link is in the description. So now let's show you how to make the new Jolt top. For materials you will need swimwear fabric, swimwear elastic, a loop turner, a seam ripper, a cutting tool like a rotary cutter or scissors, and for this tutorial you will need a regular sewing machine because there is some top stitching included. If you have a serger, you will also be using that machine, but if you don't have one, then you can use a zigzag stitch on a regular sewing machine instead. And the last thing that you need is the pattern for the Jolt top. Like I mentioned, that's linked in the description, or you can go directly to edgewateravenue.com. So the first step is cutting our pieces. Instead of printing out both pieces, I'm gonna just use one and then flip it over to account for the other side. In the pattern, there are both bust pieces included, so if that's easier for you, then you can choose to do that instead. So you're going to cut 4 pieces total, 2 in the left bust and 2 in the right. Seam allowance is included in the pattern, so there's no need to leave extra. You'll also cut your straps, which the exact measurements are provided inside the pattern. There's one big strap that will be for the neckline and the shoulder straps, and this strap is a sliding adjustable strap. Then there's one small strap that will be in the middle of the 2 cups, and this one is stationary. If you wanted to make this top fully adjustable, then you could make another channel at the bottom of the bust pieces, and then that way you'd have a sliding adjustable strap. So now that we've cut all our pieces, we can get started constructing them. Take your straps and fold them lengthwise with right sides together and attach elastic to them. Take each of your bust pieces and match the left and right with right sides together. You're going to sew along every open edge, except you're going to stop sewing when you get close to where the strap channels will be. Here is where you should sew. I'm gonna go back and seam rip a hole in the back edge of both bust pieces, but if you want, you can not sew that area now so that you don't have to go back and seam rip. You can also attach elastic to the following seams, again, stopping the elastic once you get to where the strap channel needs to open. So I'm gonna take all of this over to the serger and sew it up. By the time this video is out, I will have completed a series that's all about elastic. So if you have questions on what kind to use, how to apply it, or any of that, then I suggest you watch those videos as they're packed with information. So as you can see, I'm stopping my sewing before I reach all of the corners. And again, that's because we're gonna put our straps or channels there. If you wanna make this faster, then in theory, you can just keep sewing and not stop for the channels. Then just go back and seam rip and trim the elastic where the channels will go. And once you're done sewing, here is what the bust pieces look like with that trimmed elastic. So like I mentioned, I'm going to seam rip a hole in the back edge of both bust pieces. Make this hole as small or as large as you need. Next, take your loop turner and bring each of your straps to the right side. Take your small strap and insert it inside of one of the bust pieces while it's still inside out. Place that strap into the opening we left at the bottom in the inner bust. Then sew the strap into place. I'm going over it with a straight stitch and then trimming the excess. Now bring that piece to the right side using the hole we made earlier. Insert that piece into the other bust piece while that one is still inside out, again using the hole we made earlier. Make sure everything is straight and then insert the small strap into the strap opening. Again, sew it down. Now this will attach your left and right bust pieces, so now we can take everything to the right side. So next we're going to finish off each of the strap channels. I'm making this channel for the neckline edge and for the back edge. Bring the pieces over to your regular sewing machine and select a straight stitch. You'll want to sew a straight line about 1/4 inch from the edge, and this will create your channel. During this step, you can also top stitch or hand stitch the holes we made earlier, as we won't be needing these anymore. Once those channels are made, the final step is to thread our long strap through. This is much easier if you use a loop turner, so grab that tool and then bring the strap through both the necklines and the back channels. And that completes the Jolt top. Thank you for watching this video. Again, make sure to purchase this pattern by the end of the month, and 20% will be donated to Heart Charged. Also be sure to check out Heart Charged so you can see all the great work that they're doing to spread awareness and make a difference in the world. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.